I hope you can see my screen.
Yes, Nora, we can see your screen.
Great. Okay. First of all, hope you are all great and the week was fruitful. And I know it was very stressful because the work we were doing the past week as teams, but I hope the next weeks will be more easier. So this is document, the session document, as I called it. So this document will contain all the ads for today's session, all the links and all the stuff you will need. So if it is the first time for you to see it, it shall be loaded with all the links that you can open during the session and assist you to understand what is going on. Okay, the session timeline will go as the following. First, it will be the agenda and a little session intro. Apparently, it is by me. And then I will give the mic to my colleagues, Ahmed and Abdul Samad, for the learning engagement, followed by a media activity that will be performed by Chan, and front loading and the activity discussion that will be performed by Wellington. All the session data contained in this link provided by the doing team. So we will go through those mind maps for a short brief. Then we are going to have an interesting learning engagement for chapter 9 and chapter 10. Then we will go for little small movies and interesting open discussions. And the finale is the front loading and the assignment. And we will have a very small elaboration for the documents regarding evaluation criteria for assignment 2 by the end. So let's return back for the goals of today's session. We have two goals. The first one is introducing the conflict in workplace. So is the conflict good or bad? The conflict process and what are the sources of conflict itself, how to handling the conflict via different handling styles, and how do the conflict differ according to culture and gender, how the handling is different. What are the conflict management techniques and types of interventions? And last but not least, the negotiation process. Then we shall define a correlation between the conflict and the power. And we are going to introduce some solutions through this chapter. What is the power definition, sources of power? What are its contingencies and consequences? What are the types of influences and contingencies of influence? And now I'm going to give the mic for my colleague Ahmed to start his learning engagement.
Thank you, Noran, for your introduction.
Welcome.
Let me share my screen, guys. So, can you see my screen?
Yes, yes, we can see.
Okay. So, as we all know, power can be one of the solutions to conflict. Okay, but in my perspective, usually the conflict comes first, then comes the solution. That's why we are starting today's session with talking about conflict. But first, let's ask, what is conflict? Okay, by definition, conflict is a process in which one party perceives that its interests are being opposed or negatively affected by another party. Okay, in another definition, conflict can be that it is a struggle resulted from incompatible or opposing needs or drives or wishes or external or internal demands. For example, I want something, but another person wants the same thing. Then the conflict here is who is going to get it. Or another example, I feel that I have a certain right, but another person doesn't see that. Okay, so is conflict good or bad? How can we handle and solve it? This is what we will experience through our activity for today. As you can see in what happened to my screen? You still can see my screen, right? Yes.
Yes, we can see your screen, but it's not changing the page, I guess.
Yeah, I know.
Okay.
So in today's activity, we have a case of open space office. You know, the offices has been changing from private rooms to cubicles to open space, and now since COVID, there have been some offices going back to cubicles to have this social distancing. But in our case, it's an open space office where there is no fixed desks there, and anyone can sit anywhere. Okay. However, in order to keep things fair in the office, it is required to create a seat plan schedule where the employees will be seated according to their personalities, nature of work, and workload. Okay. If our CEO can distribute us into 3 groups, maximum, 2 groups of 3 or maximum 4 students, if he can, our CEO. Okay, then each group will discuss among themselves and come up with the most appropriate seat plan according to the criteria mentioned. As you can see in our seat plan, okay, there is general guidelines, which is the orange part. Okay, the work week is from Sunday to Thursday. The month is exactly 4 weeks. Okay, the office building is located near to an construction site, so there will be noisy coming from outside. Okay, and as per the rules of the company, there is no fixed locations. Okay, and also employees must rotate their seatings. I have given some details about the employees. We have salesman, accountant, HR employee, manager. Everyone has different, sorry, let's keep here. Personality, different type of work, different load of work. So what we will do is we will discuss and come up with the best suitable seat plan. Okay, so we approximately will take 15 minutes, then we will return for further discussion. As an advice from me, try to put yourselves in the employee's shoes and see from their perspectives. Professor, if you can divide us.
Yes, Ahmed, I just want to make sure I have us in our 3 teams, and you wanted about 4 people in each team. Unfortunately, that leaves us with the responsibility team will have 5 people. Does that work okay? Or did you want 4 teams of 3?
All 4 teams with three per team. It will be no issues as well.
Okay, I will add another team then. Let me change.
I'm going to share the activity link in the chat group as well. So if you didn't see it before, you can see it. You can have it open with you. Okay, just give me a minute.
Don't worry, Ahmed, Rhodas have shared it.
Excellent.
Thanks, Rhodas.
Thank you, Rhodas.
Anytime, anytime.
Beautiful. Your rooms are going to open in just 1 second, and it's just a random selection. 4 rooms with 3 people in each, okay? Let me know when you want me to open those rooms so people can go in.
Now, please, unless anyone has a question about the activity, if you need clarification. Anyone? Okay, I believe silence means everyone accepted.
Very good. So Ahmed, when would you like me to close the rooms?
Let's give us around 15 minutes.
I
Would
will.
be enough.
I'll give you a 5-minute heads up before I'm going to close it. And then if you need more time, you can tell me, Ahmed, okay?
Okay, thank you so
Okay,
much.
thank you. Sarah, I'm just checking to see if you need a room assignment or if you're good.
Okay. Welcome back, everyone.
Hi, Ahmed.
Hello. Okay, so I hope you enjoyed the discussion. I hope you enjoyed the activity.
Yes, Ahmed. Yes, we definitely enjoy. It was brainstorming to figure out how to arrange the seat arrangement actually.
That's good. That's good. So definitely, when I was designing this activity, I ensured that there will be conflict.
Yes, yes.
I
It was an
ensured
interesting one. Thank you so much, Ahmed.
you are welcome. So for group number one, who was group number one?
I believe room 1 is from the doing team. It's my team actually.
No, we are not now divided into doing team and the responsibility team. It was just random separation, random groups.
Okay. You're referring to group number 1, right?
So I'm just talking about the group number one in the activity. Who was in the group number one?
My
Yeah,
team.
yeah. Prof,
Okay,
me,
so
Yeah.
Mini, and Wellington.
good. So what happened in your discussion?
So what we can see from our discussion, we try to put ourselves into their shoes. So basically, throughout the 4 roles we have in the discussion, right? What we can see is we prioritize the HR employee because it was stated that she's an extrovert, but she has a light phobia of tight spaces. So during the seat arrangement period, our discussion that time, we try to allocate her role into priority. So basically, we prioritize the seat first before allocating others. So what we did here was we allocated her seat because it was mentioned that her workload is from moderate to light work. So what we can see, maybe the week 1 and week 2 is much moderate, and the upcoming week 3 and 4 is going to be a light work for her. So during the week 1, we allocated her near to the window because it feels that she won't be confined in a space. So for the following week, we allocated her on the second seat actually. And then throughout the week, it's going to be in order of 3 and 1.
Mhm.
And for the manager wise, it was stated that it is actually a kind person and a helpful person. So the only week that he's busy is on at every 4th week. So we try to avoid putting him near to the seat 1 and 4 because it's actually near to the window, and I believe this will obstruct his work, his performance due to the ongoing construction site.
Exactly.
Yeah. So hold on, let me check back.
So
That
what kind of conflict did you have in your discussions?
my conflict is whether to prioritize the sitting position is whether near to the wall or bathroom, because what I can see here, if I were to put the manager on the seat 3 near to the bathroom on his 4th week, I'm afraid that other colleagues who are actually passing through him will disrupt him. So I had difficulties to arrange him between seat 2 and 3. But in the end, I decided that the manager can be put in the on his busiest week on the near to the bathroom, because that is the best solution that I can think of.
Exactly.
I think.
He is. Yes, please.
Go ahead. Go ahead. I
No,
think
no, no.
what
You go.
Ahmed was saying was what conflicts between the teams.
Yes, yes, yes.
No, it was exactly like in your discussion. Okay, you should have faced like, is this a task conflict or personality conflict? Just one minute,
What
please.
I face is actually the task conflicts here, I would say. For the personality conflicts, I somehow managed to resolve it. So basically, what you can see, the personality conflicts here is actually based on the accountant and I would say the HR, I guess. So basically, you
Sorry,
can see.
can you repeat again, because I got caught up with my daughter. I'm really sorry.
Oh, if you mention about the personality conflicts, we somehow managed to resolve it. So what we have difficulties is actually in the task conflicts only. So for the personality conflicts, it was mentioned that the accountant is an introvert person and he has a high level of narcissism. So I believe during the last 2 weeks of the month, he will be very busy with his work, and he or she will feels that her work is more important than others. And during that period, she'll be assuming that her work is more important and she'll be having a lack of sympathy or empathy, I guess. So that's the reason why I allocated her on SIP 1 and 2, which is near to the filing system for her to commit her work effectively without interrupting others. So to me, to answer back your question, I don't think I have any conflicts with the personality side. Rather, I only face
so you
the task.
ignored the personality side and focused on the tasks and the type of work of each person, right?
Yes, correct.
Okay. For group 2, who was in group 2?
Thank you so much.
Welcome. Thank you for your lovely inputs. So who was on group 2? I'm not sure if I was on group 2. I think I was in.
Yes, we are. Right. Yes, we are. Hello?
Yes, Chan. It was me and it was yeah. It was you and who else?
Ahmed.
Okay, so
Osma, sorry. Bisma,
yeah.
Bisma, Osma, and me
Abdussamad.
and Shara. Yeah,
That's
Shara.
good.
Yeah, we three.
So what difficulties you faced?
One thing what we have discussed about is based on the first point is their personality. Maybe for example they are the different. They have a different personalities. Maybe for example, say person, loud voice, and also what pressure. But he is really enjoying the workplace. And another issue is the extrovert because she is a female person, but she is afraid of tight spaces. So another thing is the manager. Manager is kind, helpful, preparing, and accountants. And the last one, accountants, and introvert, high level narcissism. And so what we think about is from the original picture, we think about is number one, we give the you see C person, and number two is the accountants, and number three is the HR, and number four is the manager. So according to our numbers, now when we look at this in your sitting plan, number one now accountant is the inner corner of the room, so it shouldn't be because he should be at the door. That's why we move him to at the door. And number two is we make accountant. Accountant is the his personality is the introvert, doesn't want to communicate a lot with others people, and also he has a high level of narcissism or confidence share. That's why he should be in a corner of the wall. Another thing is what we think about is for the manager and then HR. HR is let's say extroverted. Yes, extroverted, afraid of tight spaces. That's why HR should be yes. Number 3 place is okay. At the corner of bedroom and the wall. Yeah, it's okay. Outer side of the room. Inner side of the corner is the manager should be window and wall. What we think about is the managerial person should know about everything for his department from his side. That's why he can check every time what they are doing. Maybe for example, HR and C person and near the door what they are doing and what they are talking, and he can and have every time. Another is the accountant also he can check it because he has near he's near the fines right. First week and second week we like it like that, and also sometimes we will think about is managers and HR should move for the third week and 4 week to alternate sometime. Yes, we think about
Okay,
is
so
based on their what you want to say. please.
Okay, so what was the again the same question? Do you think it is task conflict or relationship conflict? What is the source of the conflict?
You are given seating plan, right?
Yeah, I'm talking about the seating plan. In your seating plan, okay, when you are discussing, okay, was there any like differentiation, or you made your plan based on the differences
Yes,
in
yes.
their
Now
personalities?
differentiation is to put the managers and the HR. Where should we? Maybe for example, manager is near the door or HR near the door. We are thinking about it because, for example, manager how to check it. Maybe HR how to check the say person is right. Accountant is okay right in a corner because he needs to. He will be at next last step of maybe any process, right? But the manager and HR needs to communicate nearly or not, right? We are thinking about is right. That is our conflicts.
Mhm. Okay, okay. For group number 3, it was me.
Thank you.
And thank you so much. Thank you so much. For group number 3, it was myself and Mansour and Olia. Unfortunately, Olia was a little bit busy, but she was listening. Okay. We had nice. I admit that I had a nice discussion with Mansour. I will give you the floor, Mansour, for speaking. Just let me say one thing. In my perspective, I believed that we had scarce resources, which is limited locations. Okay, and every location has its own benefits and its own what do you say? The opposite of benefits. Pros and cons. Okay.
Disadvantages, maybe.
Disadvantage. Thank you so much. Okay, so I believed that everyone, since the rules is everyone should move around. Okay, I mean, the staff has to somehow suffer a little bit. I mean, they cannot have the advantage all the time. A certain person cannot have the advantage because of his personality or his kind of work. Okay, so we took advantage of the manager. Okay, he was helpful and kind, so we give him the bathroom seat. Okay, the seat beside the bathroom. So he wouldn't mind. He is kind and he wants his people to work happily. Okay, but on his busy day, we give him the corner. Okay, in his busy week, we give him the corner seat, which is seat number 1. Okay, for the HR person, okay, still she had to suffer also. So at some point, we give her week number 1. The seat number 1, which is the corner. Yes, we know that she is extrovert and she has small phobia, or she's afraid of little of tight spaces, but she can manage at least for 1 week. Okay, Mansour, go ahead, please.
Thank you, Ahmed. It was a nice discussion. I'm lucky that I was in the same team as Ahmed. So he was a designer of the this activity. So I had some constructive feedbacks from him. First of all, I would like to say that this is a task conflict, as I think. So since there are different employees with different fields, tasks, and responsibilities, and I see that there's a scarcity in the resources of the organization. So the management takes this step to solve this conflict and be fair with the employees and do the seating. I think I would go with the salesperson first. I think that since he has loud voice and he makes phone calls with the with customers, so he can take the window seat. on his busy days, which is second and third week. So he can talk loud and talk to the customers. But in the same time, if we give the salesperson to another seat, give the salesperson another seat on his busy days, he would talk loud and he would annoy his coworkers. So on his busy days, we would give the salesperson the fourth seat, and the first week we would give him the corner wall seat, which is a seat number 1, and on the fourth week we would give the salesperson the seat number 2. So that's the order of the seating. For the accountant, you would go with the accountant now. For the accountant, so since he's introvert, as Ahmad said, and he has high level of narcissism, and he's busy on the third and fourth week. So we would give him the near the bathroom seat, which is seat number 3. And on the fourth week, we would give him the seat number 4. And I think I don't have to say all of the because it's a little confusing to everyone.
Yes, the idea here is that,
yes.
Thank you, Mansoor. The idea here is that we had to use some compromising. Okay.
Yes, right.
We had to use some negotiation. Okay. Someone will take this place, but he has to suffer a little bit. Okay. This is what we faced. So team number 4. Jodeline, Ahmad, and Nuran, please share.
Actually, Jodeline was the one responsible for sharing. I think she may be experiencing a busy day or something. Actually, on the opposite side to the other teams, we went so smooth that we finished around 15 minutes early.
That's wonderful.
Yes, we were very agreeing to each other. And at the rest of the time, we just started sharing extra thoughts. Actually, Ahmed was very cooperative in sharing out of the box thoughts. So he expressed some stuff here I would like to share with you people, if you let me.
Please.
In a very few minutes. So that was our proposals. I will not just repeat some stuff explained by my colleagues at the past teams, but the new points we discussed that actually, since the accountant is arrogant and have narcissism, so we think we are punishing the colleagues to sit in the place which he want to place them in, and he sat in the place he would like, only to avoid his narcissism. So they are punished for his narcissism, and actually this shouldn't be the case. The second point, that it is not recommended due to the kindness of manager or the kindness of anyone, that we should punish him for that, to make him sit in any place remaining in the room. For the last point, the last 2 points, we discussed that for the female, of course, some location she's sick with having a phobia, so she will be forced to sit in a specific location. So may people consider that or no, like the window in open area or next to bathroom, which is comfortable more for females. And sometimes sitting close to the bathroom has different points of view. Some people hate the interruption made by the passerbys, and some people got shy. From my side, I expressed that it is not recommended that every person is afraid that he's going to the bathroom, so he's shy from me and I'm shy from him. And the last opinion that was discussed by Ahmed, that he actually didn't think that there is a place in the room is tight already. So this is a summary for the discussion that went in our team. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Noran. Thank you so much. For our last team, team number 5. Sorry, we are just 4 teams. Thank you so much.
Yes.
Okay. Okay, that's good. So basically, the whole activity was not about seating the people. It was for us to discuss and put ourselves in each employee place. Okay, and start negotiating with each other. Okay, so we basically used already the negotiating. Okay, we did some problem solving. Okay, so we already faced we already went through the handling, the conflict handling styles. Okay, but I have another input. What if the manager was not kind, was not very helpful for his team? If he was bossy, or he will force, or he will focus on his needs. Okay, he will focus on himself. Okay, he would have taken the best place and forced the people to set according to his own mind. So some of them would avoid the conflict and avoid discussion with him. Some people would yield to his instructions. At the end, okay, I can say that this was very interesting discussions, okay, and very helpful perspectives. Okay, and I hope we all benefited from this. Okay, so my advice, whenever any of us face a conflict in our organization or generally in life, okay, we should take a moment and think about it and try to step in the other shoes, in the other person's shoes, and understand their perspective. Okay, problem solving is the most the best way to solve. Usually, it is the best way to solve any conflict. Okay, so unfortunately, our lovely game came to an end. Okay, and now we shall discuss our chapter 9, which is power, not only as a solution to a conflict, but also in more details with my colleague Abdul Samad. Thank you, everyone, and Abdul Samad, please go ahead.
Hi, everyone.
Hello, Abdul Samad.
Hello. Hi, everyone. Do you hear me?
Yes, we hear you.
Okay. The chapter I wanted to summarize is chapter 9, the power. It's called power. So the first, Nuran, you hear me?
Yes, I'm sharing up the summit. Don't worry.
Okay, please share your screen. Please try to share your screen because
Yes, I did.
okay.
Is it clear?
Yeah, it's clear. I think everyone is hear me. Okay. The chapter I wanted to summarize, and the chapter is chapter 9, and it's called Power and Influence in the Workplace. As we know, Ahmed discuss and talk about, and we do activity about conflict resolution, and he talk about the importance of conflict resolution solving and challenge. The chapter I want to summarize is the power and influence. The first question we want to ask in ourselves is wondering is what's the power? What's the power? That's the first question. As we know, the power is the capacity of a person, team, or an organization to influence others to influence others. Potential to change attitudes and behavior, not actual change. So, as well as people may be unaware of their power. The people in the organization have power, but they don't know their power. As well as the perception, there's a perception target specific beholders controls valuable resource. So for example, the manager has the power to control the employee, as well as the employee have the power to organization. Power involves unequal dependency. So, dependency in the power relationship, person A have a power and to control person B. So, person A have a power, and that power is a resource to control person B, and the person B is an employee. So, person B is wanted to achieve this goal. He must give or achieve the best on A. So if we see the model of power in organizations, the sources of power, we see the source of power. There are sources of power. The first one is legitimate. The second is reward. Third is consistent, expect, and referent. So that's the sources of power. And there's a constituency of power also. Okay, sources of power, legitimate power, the capacity to influence others through formal authority. A reward power, person's ability to control the allocations of rewards valued by others and remove negative sanctions. Possessive power is the ability to apply punishment. So, expert power, an individual of work or unit's capacity to influence others by possessing knowledge or skills that they value. Reference power, when others identify with them, like them, or otherwise respect them. So we respect them. Sources of power as well as information and power. We constituency of power. If we see the constituency of power, substitutory ability. Substitutory ability is the extent to which people depend on a resource have alternatives, like a controlling task, controlling knowledge, controlling labor, differentiation. So the second is centrality, the degree and the nature of independence between the power holder and others. So call it centrality. Third, discretion, freedom to exercise judgment, as well as to make decisions without referring to a specific rule or receiving permission from someone else. Visibility, those who control value resources or knowledge will yield power only when others are aware of this power basis. Like a mentoring process of learning the ropes of organizational life from a senior person with the company. Network power, cultivating social relationships with others to accomplish one goal. Yes, go ahead.
Samad, please, can you say which slide you need for the people to be following with you, please?
Yes, model of power.
Okay.
Okay, or sources of power.
Okay, you are still in the sources now.
Yes, still on the sources.
You are reading from the shared screen I'm doing or from yours?
So your
okay,
just
read from wherever it is comfortable, but just guide me here. So I will be leaving the slide you are expressing and explaining. Okay.
Okay.
Thank you.
Sources of power. This first one is expert power, an individual or work unit capacity to influence others by possessing knowledge or power. Second, information and power, controlling the flow of information when they control the flow of information to the others. Organization's ability to adapt with environmental changes, like prevention, forecasting, and as well as absorption. Yes, go ahead, Moon. Consistency of power. Yes, there's consistency of power. Substitutability. The extent to which people depend on a resource have alternatives, like controlling task, controlling knowledge, controlling labor, differentiation. Second is a centrality, the degree and nature of interdependency between the power holder and others. The third is discretion, freedom to exercise judgment, like to make decisions without referring to a specific rule or receiving permission from someone else. Feasibility. Those who control value, resources, or knowledge will be yield power only when others are aware of this power basis. So this the constituency of power. This is called the constituency of power, feasibility, discretion, and like a mentoring process of learning the hobbies of organizational life from a senior person with the company. Okay, networking and a power, cultivating social relationship with others to accomplish one's goal. This is a model of power within an organization. So every organization has a sources, as we know, sources of power. There are sources of power, and this is called. There is a five sources of power, and the legitimate, reward, possessive, and experts. The three above is the person receive the organization, and the two of them is the characteristics of the person, the expert and referent. So consistency of power, like substitutability, centrality, discretion, and feasibility. So yes, go ahead. Second slide. Second slide. This, yes, influence of others. Power is the only capacity to influence others. It represents the potential to change someone's attitude of behavior. Influence refers to any behavior that attempts to alter someone's attitude. It's a power in emotion. So call it power in emotion. It's influence. Power in actions also called. Okay. Types of influence tactics. There is the types of influence tactics. Hard influence tactics. They force behavior change their opposition power, like a legitimate reward and coercion, like a silent authority. Silent authority, assertiveness, information control, correlation, information, upward appeal. Softy tactics. Rely on more personal sources of power, reference, expect, and appeal to the target person attitude and needs. Integration and impression management, persuasion, and exchange. Okay, we see and we had influence tactics, silent authority, influencing behavioral drought, legitimate power without explicitly preferring the power base. This is called silent authority. Assertiveness, actively applying legitimate and coercive power by applying pressure or threats. Information control, explicitly manipulating someone else access to information for the purpose of changing their attitude or behavior, coalition formation, an informal group that attempts to influence people outside the group by pooling the resources and power of its members. Upward appeal, gaining support from one or more people with a higher authority or expertise. The next is soft tactics. Integration is an impression management. So when it comes to integration, when any attempt to increase liking by or perceived similarity to the target person, impression management, the process of actively shaping one's own public image. Persuasion, using like a logical arguments, facts, and emotional appeals to encourage people to accept a request or a message. Exchange involves the promise of benefits or resources in exchange for a target person's compliance with your request, like a negotiation or networking. Yes. The second slide. Okay. Consequences of influence tactics. The best way to measure how people react to influence tactics is in a three-way. There's a three-way to measure how people react to the influence tactics. The first one is called resistance. When people or work units oppose the behavior desired by the influencer and consequently refuse, argue, or delay engaging in the behavior. That's the first one. The second is compliance. When people are motivated to implement the influencer's request at a minimum level of effort and for purely instrumental reasons, without external sources to promote the desired behavior, it will not occur. The third is a commitment, the strongest form of influence, whereby people identify with the influencer's request and are higher motivated to implement it even when extrinsic sources of motivation are no longer present. This three is called the three ways to measure how people react to the influence tactics. Next slide. The next slide. The next slide. Nuran.
I'm flipping the slides. Can you see the screen of the summit?
Yes, I see. Yes.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah.
Is it what you want?
No.
The pre one?
16. Yes, 16.
Yes. 17.
Yes, okay. Yes, 16. Organizational politics. Behaviors that others perceive as self-serving tactics for personal gain at the expenses of other people and possible the organization. More prevalent when scarce resources are allocated using complex and ambiguous decisions, and when the organization tolerates or reward political behavior. Individual with a higher need for personal power and internal locus of control and strong discipline values higher propensity to use political tactics. The next slide, Nuran. The next slide, Nuran. Yes.
This is 18.
Yes.
This is the next one.
Yes, this is the next one. Minimizing organizational politics. First one is providing clear rules for resource allocation, establishing a free flow of information, using education and involvement during organizational change, supporting team norms and a corporate culture that discourage dysfunctional politics, having leaders who model organizational citizenship rather than political civic. Thank you, all of you. I think this chapter is chapter 9, and I think you understand the concept of chapter 9, the power, and thank you all. Thank you all of you.
Any question regarding this chapter, guys, to discuss with Abdul Samad? So silence means acceptance.
No questions.
Thank you,
yes,
guys.
go ahead. Thank you. Welcome.
Wellington. Chan, please, are you here?
Hello?
Chan.
Yes,
Hello?
I'm here. Right.
Would you like to share for you the screen, or you will share yours?
So what I need to continue? You will continue the chapter 10? Or do I need to?
Would you like to share for you the YouTube videos that you will discuss, or you will share yours?
Yeah, I will share it. Yes.
Okay,
The
thank
YouTube
you.
video.
I'm just
Yes.
checking. Thank you.
Yes, right. Let me share. So now we all have, I think, a context of the chapter 9, especially in chapter 9, the meanings of power we have seen. So I think maybe one of the ideas concerning with our chapters, you may have more idea. Yes. So
Chan.
let me play it.
Yes, it is now clear.
Yeah, do you
yes.
hear?
Thank you. Yes, we hear clearly. Just the screen, there
Oh,
was a
okay.
delay, actually. Thank you.
Oh, yes. Okay, I will start to play it. Yes. Please wait. Okay, please look at watch it and what kind of idea you may have it. After that, we will have a discussion time. Yes.
Captain, I cannot concur. Repeat my command. Sir, we don't know what this message means. Our target package could have changed. You repeat this order, or I'll find somebody who will. I know you won't, sir.
Chan, can you hear me?
Yes.
There is actually
Yes,
a screen,
Professor.
a very big screen delay. Can you repeat the video, please? From the beginning, because there is no sound and the image is steady on one scene.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. So I will play it again.
I can share it from my side if you have slow internet.
Pardon?
I can share it from my side if you need.
So my screen is not okay for sharing.
There is a delay, Chan. I guess it is not your problem. I think it is an internet problem. Yes.
Yes. Okay. Okay.
I have the
may.
video prepared. Don't worry, as you requested.
Yes. Yes. Yes.
So we can.
Okay. Right.
Okay. Screen is clear.
Yes. The voice is not working, Nuran.
Authority to relieve me under command under Navy regulations. Cobb, arrest this. Captain, I cannot concur. Repeat my command. Sir, we don't know what this message means. Our target package could have changed. You repeat this order, or I'll find somebody who will. Hell no, you won't, sir. You're relieved of your position. Cobb, remove Mr. Hunter from the control room. Get Lieutenant Zimmerman here right now. No, sir, I do not concur, and I do not recognize your authority to relieve me under command under Navy regulations. Cobb, arrest this man and get him out of here! Under operating procedures governing the release of nuclear weapons, we cannot launch our missiles unless both you and I agree. Cobb, what are you waiting for? Sir, this is expressly why your command must be repeated. It requires my assent. I do not give it, and furthermore, you continue upon this course and insist upon this launch without confirming this message first. I will be
Chief of the boat,
back by the rules of precedent,
Captain, commanding officer of the USS Alabama.
regulations.
I order you to place the XO under arrest under charge of
Navy regulations.
I say again, I order you to place the XO under arrest under charge of mutiny. Cobb!
Captain, please, the XO is right. We can't launch unless he concurs.
To the USS Alabama. Rebel-controlled missiles being fueled. Launch codes compromised. Dissonance. Threaten launch at continental United States. Set DEFCON 2. Immediately launch 10 Trident missile sorties. They're fueling their missiles. We don't have time to fuck around.
Sir, I think you need time to think this over.
I don't have to think this over.
Captain, I relieve you of your command of this ship. Cobb, escort the captain to his stateroom. I'm assuming command.
You're not assuming anything.
Chief of the boat, Captain Ramsey's under arrest. Lock him in his stateroom.
Captain, please.
Now, Cobb!
Aye, sir. Mitchell, Walker, take the captain below.
Okay.
So,
So-
yes, it's okay to play against everybody. Is that convenient or not to discuss about your
Changes,
ideas?
every year is always different. Somebody always does something. Yeah. Where they put them on sleeve on the helmet anymore. Okay.
Hello,
Would you like
everybody.
me, Chan, to operate the second one, or you will
no,
have
no,
discussion
please
on
wait.
this first?
Because they should have a discussion of
Yes,
one after
please.
another, I think, yes.
Yes.
So one thing is you may have know now what's the problem between officers, yes, especially the chief officer and vice chief officers. And so you can discuss with your groups, maybe for example, what kind of powers, or maybe and what kind of certainties, and what kind of problems they have it, and how they solve the problems. Yes, so whatever it is that you can discuss with your group concerning with the chapter 9 powers, and you can do the presentation or maybe sharing your ideas after 10 minutes, I think. This is your group, I think. Let me make a group as Professor.
Professor Annie, you are muted.
Thank you. That's because I didn't want to interrupt all the great flow that you guys are going through. Did you want the 4 rooms that we used earlier, or would you like them to be different?
So, yes, forum is okay, sir. Yes.
Okay, and then I'll let you know when we're about 8 minutes in, because you would like 10 minutes total, correct?
Yes, it's okay. 8 minutes. 8 minutes, Professor. Yes.
Okay, I'm ready to open whenever you want me to.
Chan,
Let's see.
do you want me to share the one that has questions with the yellow presentation? Is it still the same file? Chan?
What do you mean? What do you mean?
Brothers,
For the
I will attach the 2 video links from my side here in the chat box. Don't worry.
Okay, okay.
Yes.
Thank you.
Okay, opening the rooms now. Yes,
And then
Tim?
there will be, yes.
Okay,
Yes, thank you, Professor.
you're welcome.
the participant involved here is actually the manager wants to fire the staff.
Cool. Cool. We're back to the main group.
Oh, okay. Thank you.
This was really a nice movie, and thanks to this class, I start looking at this kind of movies in a different way. To be honest, I started to understand the secret message. Okay, I know it might not. Okay, Sharon, please.
Please continue, Ahmed. Please continue if you have a comment or you would like to be in the group discussion.
Actually, I know we were just we were in the third room, but I would like to start by giving start the discussion that in this short clip that we've seen, both the officers they were using their legitimate power. This power comes from their authority itself. Okay.
Right.
While Denzel Washington, the second in command, the black guy, the black officer, he used a contingency of the power, which is non-substitutability. No one can replace him. He was in second in command, okay, and the instructions of the submarine, okay, saying that taking an action of releasing a nuclear missile requires both the first in command, the commander, and his first, like his replacement or his second in charge. Both of them must agree. So he used his substitutability power, okay, to oppose or stop the first in command decision. Okay, while the first in command, he also like he tried to use a coercive power that to dismiss his second in command from the deck, from the submarine deck. Okay, he tried to use that, but he was still, and he also ignored information. Okay, so the second in command, he used his silent authority. Okay, and he influenced the behavior of the whole group. Okay, he influenced them to follow his instructions, not the first in command. Okay, without saying that I am second in command or something like that. Okay, he challenged the first in command with logic, with assertiveness. Okay, he challenged him, and in the same way he unintentionally used persuasion to make everyone else follow him. It was really this clip is really showing the power, and the other side that me and Mansour was discussing was there was also a conflict in this video. Okay, Mansour, go ahead, please.
Actually, Ahmed, before Mansour start, can Chan invite for the open discussion? Yes, because they have to start. Please, Chan, invite and take the teams in serious, please. Your mic.
Yes, I have already, yes. So according to that discussion, or maybe that Navy food videos, what we are thinking about is based on the social network certainty. Sometimes we have legitimacy, but we need to be careful. There's maybe the social network certainty, especially there are three kinds of certainty factors: betweenness, degree certainty, and closeness. And sometimes the officer emotionally decided to substitute or maybe to remove his followers, but he doesn't care about the maybe, for example, rules and regulations. That is essential activity, essential points why the officer was removed from the chief law officer, right? And the thing is, African officer make a silent authority. Also, he has a legitimate power. He make a clearance for his followers to coordinate with others. That is why he can influence the whole ship. Yes. So that is the message we have it from this yes video majorly, right? I think. Thank you, everybody. So let me go next chapter. Do I need to go, Noran?
Okay, do you want me to share?
Yes, that is for chapter 10. Yes, chapter 10 is conflicts, good or bad. Please watch it.
This one. Right.
Yes, thank you.
Welcome.
We can't hear anything, Lauren.
Okay, it is the same setting. Okay.
The menu. Carl, I've done this before. I can help guys. I want you to pick Is Carl in there?
Yeah.
Hey, Carl. Carl. Are you planning on altering the menu?
Yeah, I can't do this right now. Please, just.
You know a lot is on the line today.
I know, that's why the menu has to be perfect.
Yeah, but I can help you plan it.
I can't do this right now. Just give me 5, get my staff going. I'll come and I'll walk you through the menu.
Carl, I've done this before. I can help guide you.
I don't need guidance right now. I need space. Okay? Thank you.
Can we have a little privacy, guys? Huh? I ask you to leave, you gotta look at Carl.
Okay, everybody, tomen 5, take 5. Saquen todo el fuego, maricas.
You good? I got it. Go. Grab a coffee. Let's get something straight.
Yeah.
You don't fucking talk to my staff like that. I talk to my staff. That side of the pass is you, this side is me. That was the arrangement that we had when you hired me.
Okay, now, will you listen to me for a minute? Carl, I get ideas. Sometimes my ideas work. I really don't care what magazine said that you're the next big thing. The fact is, you worked for me in my restaurant, right? I've had chefs before you in this kitchen. I'll have chefs after you, okay?
All right, good talk. Let me get back to work.
You know who's coming tonight. We're being reviewed by the most important critic in the city.
Yes.
You know that his
I'm aware.
online blog was sold to AOL
For $10 million.
That's right.
Yes.
You knew that.
Yes, I know.
Okay.
He's a big deal, and that's why I want to cook him a good menu.
You want to cook him a good
I want to cook him some good food.
Yeah, well then.
And our place is in a fucking creative rut.
In a rut?
In a creative rut.
You do know that we're doing better than any place in the neighborhood.
I'm not talking about how much money we're making. I'm talking about creatively, the food that we're serving. It's the same food we've been serving for 5 years.
You remember what happened when you put guts on the menu? Huh?
Are you talking about my sweetbreads? Is that what you mean by guts?
Yeah. When you put that artsy shit on the menu, people don't like it. Not one person ordered your sweetbreads. Please listen to me. I sank a fortune into the remodel to get you the French cookie top, whatever it is, that tabletop.
French cooking suite.
Right. Not every chef gets that.
No,
You know
I
why you
appreciate
get
it.
it?
I appreciate
You know why? Because you deserve it. So you don't know that, but I know it. You deserve it. So be smart, just for tonight. Look, if you bought Stones tickets and Jagger didn't play Satisfaction, how would you feel? Would you be happy?
No.
No. You'd burn the place to the fucking ground. Your menu works. People love it. Carl, do what you want tonight. Okay, you're the chef. You know what I think? I think you should play your hits.
All right, let's go. Pre-shift, guys. At work.
Carl, we're staying with the same menu, right?
I have something really good planned for tonight. I'm gonna let you say it's not sweetbreads.
Yeah,
You're gonna be able to taste it.
that may be true, but we have the most reservations we've had on a work night since we opened. You realize that?
I know. I was on Twitter. I was promoting the restaurant. I was on
What?
Twitter.
Yeah, that's another thing.
From now on, before you post anything online, I okay it, all right?
The
What?
whole reason everybody's here tonight is because I called out Ramsey and Michelle online, and they're all coming to watch me stick it in his ass.
Yeah, and you're gonna Twitter an apology for calling the most respected critic in Los Angeles an asshole.
I'm not gonna fucking apologize to that guy.
What do you mean you're
You
not
see what he
gonna-
wrote about me?
I don't give a fuck
He
what he
started
wrote
it.
about you. I don't care. You're a cook. You're a chef. This is what you've been cooking for years, and it works. And either you cook the menu that our customers have come to...
You want me to cook the same food?
The same exact...
The same food that he ripped apart? The same guy who's coming tonight?
The restaurant isn't filled with critics. It's filled with people that have been eating your food for the last 10 years. So now suddenly you're going to be an artist. Well, be an artist on your own time.
Listen to me.
No sweetbreads, no calves brains.
I'm not cooking sweetbreads. Listen to me. The kitchen is my domain. That was our deal.
I don't give a fuck what the deal was. The deal is now changed. Either you stay or you go. It's up to you. End of discussion.
We got a full house of people.
Yeah.
Who are coming tonight.
Yeah.
To eat my food.
No, it's not your food, Carl. It's not your food. By definition, it's my food because it's my restaurant. I pay for the glasses. I pay for the napkins. I pay for the spoons. I pay for Molly's salary. I pay for your entire staff's salary, okay? So you either cook my menu or Tony can. Tony, you've been cooking it half the time anyway. Tell the truth, right?
So you're threatening to fire me now?
Am I threatening to fire you? No, I'm telling you what I'm prepared to do if you don't cook my menu. Subject closed.
Well, why don't you cook the menu without a chef, and we see how it goes. We see how it goes tonight. Let's go, Tony. Fuck this, Tony. Good luck. Oh no way, no Good way. luck. I'm not gonna- No Come on, way, come on, man. come on. No hell, no. Come on. Stay. Come on, let me go. Don't do it.
Tony, you got a full house tonight. Be a pro, okay?
Helen Hansel.
So thank you for watching. Professor, may I have a time to give them to discuss about in group works, or maybe in the class work is okay to discuss about their opinions. Now they have already watched that as a great conflicts based on their different approaches. Maybe 2 times the owner make their chef, maybe for example distributed approach and integrated approach. He used it, but the chef didn't have any negotiation. He didn't have any see the other perspectives. I think it. So may I have time to discuss them about in their group discussion, Professor?
How much time would you like me to set for you?
Only 5 minutes. Only 5 minutes.
All right, I'll open the groups and I'll give you a 1 minute heads up when we're closer to closing, okay? Enjoy.
Hello? Hello? Hello?
Hello?
Yes, Professor, can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Okay. Just to find out if my mic has started working.
Oh, fantastic. You should be in room 1 right now.
Okay. All right, please, can you take me to the group now?
It says that you are already assigned there, so you need to, let me see if I can okay. Okay. Let me see if I can send you a sign. They're actually coming right back out right now, okay?
Okay.
Okay.
To finish my work, and then the cook.
Hello, Rodas?
Conflict.
Yes, Wellington.
We are back. Chan, the mic is all yours. Chan, are you there?
Yes.
The mic is all yours. Go ahead.
Yes. What other people want to discuss? I need to give the feedback. Oh, no, sorry, my sharing discussion. What other group, please? Please, group 1, please. What about your ideas when you have discussed about it? Please, group 1.
Okay.
Rodas?
Okay.
You wanna share?
Is it us? It's us, right?
Yeah, it
Group
says. You
1?
want to share?
Sure, sure.
Oh, thank you.
Okay, so what we discussed about is from the video that we saw, from the manager's perspective, there's a legitimate power, and also there's a coercive power. So and from the cook's side, if you've noticed, we saw that all the other chefs below the main chef didn't want to leave when the manager asked them for 5 minutes, but they listened to the chef. So we discussed that it can be maybe an expert power or a referent power. So maybe they respect the chef, or maybe from the knowledge and the skills that the chef has, they respect him. So it can be both an expert power and referent power. And from the manager's side, it is a legitimate, he used his legitimate power and coercive power to punish the cook, the main chef. And the other chefs also were afraid to leave with the chef, not to get punished. So that's it. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you. Yes. So the last group, which group would like to discuss about it? Because we need to save the time, I think.
May I speak?
Yes, thank you.
Okay. So I totally agree with Rodas. I see that in this, it was legitimate power versus expert power. So the legitimate power was the manager, the owner of the restaurant, while the expert power was the chef. So as he said that the kitchen is my domain, so that shows that he is the expert and he has the knowledge of making the menu. But the owner tried to manipulate the chef by using his legitimate power, the authority, to influence or change his behavior. But the chef tried to deny using his expert power. And we see that at the end that the manager used his coercive power, which is the ability to punish. And so he said that either you accept what I say or you're fired. So that could be use of coercive power. And we see that a conflict raised a conflict, which is I think that the source of conflict. It was a task conflict, and the source of conflict, which could be a differentiation. They both had different values, different experience, and so I think that they both didn't want to compromise or solve the problem using the solving problem handling style, but instead the owner tried to use the yielding conflict handling style. So that I think that was a bad result for the conflict. Thank you.
Yes, great. Very nice, your discussion about it, right? Yes, especially we can see 2 chapters in this video. I've also agreed it. Yes, you all can discuss about it. Thank you. I think, yes, if I add my ideas, especially we wish why we would like to discuss about this video is the process of the negotiation, because the owner, or maybe he has already got the information to substitute if he have a disagreement with the chef versus his power. I think he has already got good preparation, but a chef didn't make any approach, maybe any distributed approach, or maybe any integration. But later he make a decision from the size of distributed approach. Actually, he didn't have any respect to, or maybe the big positions, or maybe empathy or sympathy from the owner. Yes. Thank you, everybody, for your discussion. Very nice today. Thank you, Professor. Yes.
Thank you, Chan.
Yes. You can go.
Wellington. Wellington, are you ready? Wellington, are you ready?
Okay. Nara, trying to see. Yes, let me get myself together. Can you hear me?
Yes. Yes, we can hear you.
Oh, that's lovely. Okay. So, all right. Trying to share my screen. So, okay, please, Nora, can you help me share the screen so that I can?
Okay, no problem. Is it okay, Wellington?
Okay, no, yeah, go back. Okay, go down a little. Next one, next slide.
Okay. Slide is clear?
Okay. Can you make it a full screen?
It is a full screen. Do you need a Zoom?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Okay, thank you very much. I hope everyone can hear my voice. Hello, team. Hello, can we proceed now?
I guess they can hear you. I hear you from my side, I guess.
Okay. So I can continue. Hello, so I can continue?
Yes, please, Wellington.
All right, thank you very much. Okay, based on all that we have spoken, the presentation so far for today's assignment, today's presentation is quite a wonderful one. And at this point, we appreciate our honorable lecturer and Her Excellency and everyone in the house. Right at this point, we want to discuss on the assignment so far. Now, we'll start by both the videos we watched, the films, there is a quiz on it. So please, Nora, can you come up a little? Shift up so that I can see the screen. All right. Okay. Now, the presentation goes this way. The quiz we have watched so far, we expect all the groups to give a solution to the various questions. Now, the first one is, what was the source of conflict from our understanding to today's section? That question carried 2 points, and virtually all the questions here will carry 2 points. The next question is, how was the conflict affected by gender and culture? The third one is, what is the handling style, tactics, and conflict resolution technique to solve the conflict? And the other one is, what is your greatest strength when dealing with conflict? This also carries 2 points. Please come up too. Go up a little. Hello, Nora. The next slide, please.
Is it clear for you, Wellington?
Yes, it's clear. But it's clear. Okay, no problem. I could have been more faster and better if I'm the one controlling from my end. So please, class, you bear with me. Right, and so far the assignment we've discussed is based on what we have watched. We have to answer the questions. Then the assignment will be uploaded to this link. If you click here, it will take you to the link. You can upload all the assignments so far based on the videos we have worked, the video clips. Then it will be in format, in a Word or PDF format. Yes, that particular one. And this other one, yes. So all the discussions will go there. Then also come up, please. Can we go to assignment 2?
Okay, for assignment 2, Wellington, let me elaborate something pre you discuss this part.
Okay.
Okay. Let me share the screen again. Okay, because this evaluation criteria has been confusing for, and some of my colleagues, when they contact me, they found at the beginning that it is somewhere broad or cannot be defined. So I will make a very small elaborations for this criteria before my colleague Wellington will continue the last slide. Okay. We, upon our discussion in as a responsibility department, we have found that we have to use the OP science that we have learned through the past weeks. So we divided the points according to how we use our OP science, and the second part on how we will do our tasks. For this reason, you will find around 5 criteria regarding OP application on the assignment 2, and 3 criteria about our job responsibilities that was shared by our COO last week. As an explanation for the 5 criteria, the first one was work-life integration. Actually, this is about how we use our time and about how we divide it between our different responsibilities in time. How we work smart and not making a very big effort in small things that we can give a smaller time. So I think this is an important criteria. For example, for my side, I used to work in a company pre the one I used to work, I'm working in currently. My manager was a big fan of anyone who worked for overtime. So I used to work for dozens of hours of overtime. And that was a measure in the evaluation. So when I get transferred to another company, actually I found that that was a negative evaluation for me. My manager told me this is not the right way to deal with your work. When there is any funny event the company do or any activity I don't attend due to work, he considered that a negative point. So the right thing is to consider that we have to split between our personal lives, our work, our studies, and give each of them the time according to the priority. The second one is stress management. Stress management is to try to decrease the stress you are struggling with during your days and during the next 3 weeks. And even if you can't decrease this stress, you have to use it well. For example, if my stress comes from nervousness or afraidness, that should be converted to overcoming the things I'm afraid of and should be a reason for success. The third point is the ELVN model. Actually, it is about suppressing or not using the exit and neglection strategies. We have to encourage the loyalty and the discussion with our teams. For example, if I'm Nuran and I'm not satisfied or fully satisfied in my team, this is an example because I'm very happy with my team, of course, and I'm proud being part of them. We should discuss the problem with each other, and I should be loyal to my team instead of exiting the team or neglecting the problem. The fourth point is about the motivation. the motivation should be a two-way road. We have to motivate each other. It is not a manager task only to motivate the team. The team also motivate the manager through cooperation and getting aligned with him. So motivation is a two-way. For the fifth point, it is about the effective team communication. Even if the communication is virtual or face-to-face, it can be effective, and already it can appear through our past week, through our mails and conversations. And the last 3 points were about our performance. I referred here to the document provided by our CEO past week, in which there was a job description for each team of us. So this point would be achieved upon each team of us will do his full job description. And finally, thanks to the understanding team for making this great book for us. So for this reason, you will find assignment 2 evaluation. If you can see, it is the criteria here is explained according to what we discussed together and based on responsibility, team communication with understanding team. So I hope that was clear from my side. Thanks, guys. If you have any question, please elaborate for us and we can discuss. So I think it is clear since nobody is complaining. And please, Wellington, if you have anything to add from your side, I will share the slides again. Wellington? Wellington, are you here? I think Wellington is experiencing an internet connection. So the last slide was, you can find the link for the evaluation criterion here and the experience-based document provided by CEO Annie, of course. And finally, I can say thank you for your attention during the session. And please support the understanding team by offering your feedback on the form they have did and sent the past week.
Thank you, Nuran. I just wanted to compliment you all on how each department came together. And I know that it was a lot of work for each of you. And I want to make sure that we all honor that by doing these evaluation links. What I'm not clear on from the understanding department is when these links need to be completed by everybody.
Professor, as you
Yes.
mentioned in the plan, we will provide a link shortly, and they will have 3 hours to provide their feedback, and we will provide the collected feedback to every department and to the responsibility department by the end of today, Monday.
Okay, thank you so much. I just wanted to make sure that everybody hears that. I appreciate you telling them. Thank you.
Excuse me, Mansour. Can I ask question? What time? What time is the due for today?
Sorry, Judelin?
The time. What time is the due date?
We will have 3 hours from the session.
Oh, after 3 hours from the session? Okay,
Yes.
thank you, Mansour.
And I want to add that I make it active now.
So everyone can add his feedback on the link. I open it now.
Thank you, Ahmed. Thank you everyone for your hard work today. What I will do is I made some notes while we were going throughout the session today, and I will send them to your managers, and I will let them disperse them to the assistant managers and associates when they feel necessary or how they feel they want to communicate that. That way, if they have some questions or would like to have a discussion between doing that, they have the time to do that. I'll let you go ahead and sign off if you're ready for them to do that. Nuran, are we good if everyone signs off?
Actually, I have finished from my side, and any of the team, Ahmed, please, Chan, Wellington, Abdul Samad, if anybody need to elaborate anything, please say, guys, before we finish.
I just want to say that I hope everyone enjoyed the session today, and I did enjoy my part. And we will be waiting for your feedback as it will help us to improve our work. Thank you all.
All right.
Thanks, Ahmed. Wellington,
okay.
Yes, please.
Yes. Okay. Finally, because I was a little bit have internet disconnection. Right. Please, Professor, there is one more thing we need to add to the information. Please, I will ask Nora to share assignment 2. Please, can you upload assignment 2 in line with what the CEO has presented, the responsibilities of all the groups. So what we did, we share the responsibilities according to the 3 weeks we are supposed to meet. And today, 1st of August, we have handled chapter 9 and chapter 10. And the next role responsibility will be chapter 11 and chapter 12. Then the chapter 13 and 14 will be the 3rd week. So everything will work in line with all the roles assigned to each of the departments, and as the CEO also has also specified, that all that has been sent to all the various departmental mails and so I believe with that, when we go back to our team, our emails will also see it. So, Professor, I think that is what I should add in addition before Nora will make a final conclusion on our tonight's presentation. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Wellington. Thank you. Thank you.
And first of all, I want to thank the CEO, Dr. Ann, as well as Nuran, the manager of the responsibility team. He do a good job, and he motivate us to achieve our goal, responsibility goal. Every time we have a difficulty, we contact Nuran, as we know she busy, and she motivates us to achieve our goal. Thank you, Nura, and our team. I'm very happy that team. And finally, I'm thanks Dr. Aini for responsible all the achievements of the organization OOP. Thank you. Thank you.
So for me, I really appreciate our professor gave us our presentation time, and also give some of the feedbacks. Another thing is our team members, especially Noren. She prepared most of the PowerPoint slides, and also she gave us some of the ideas, how we should, and also each member everything's because we make strong group works together for 2 days. I also have so many experience, also knowledge from them. Thank you for everyone, your feedback and also discussion in our parts. Thanks for everyone. Yes.
Thank you, guys. Thank you very much.
Thank you, everyone. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, everyone. Thank you.
So, Professor Annie, as a CEO, do you have any feedback about the session?
Yes, as I had noted, Nuran, I made notes throughout, and I have a couple of meetings that I'm stepping into, but I will send that to you before the nights close for me. It's about 12:30 in the afternoon for me, and I have meetings until about 4:30. But the first thing on my list will be to send you the managers, the feedback. And then I will also take the link to the Google Drive and the recording and put it in the Moodle from today. And I will, of course, let you know when I send you that email through WhatsApp, just in case you're not in your Windsor account. Does that work for everybody?
Yes, Professor.
Thank you, Professor.
Thank you.
Great.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Today, everyone.
Thank you very much.
Have a great
Thank
week.
You too, Professor.
Same to you, Professor.
Yes, thank you.